Good morning, everyone. My name is OShanassy and I'm the CEO of Environment Victoria. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land in which we stand and pay my respects for the elders past and present. On behalf of Environment Victoria and the Brotherhood of St Laurence, I'd like to welcome all today to this landmark event. I say it's a landmark event because today we have businesses and industry, unions, government agencies and politicians, academics, community members, social sector groups and environment groups all in the same room, and that's a rarity. But we're all in the same room because we all want the same thing, and that's even rarer. We want jobs that bolster the economy, protect communities and benefit our environment. Right now I'd just like to acknowledge and welcome Minister Jacinta Allen here today, and Shadow Minister David Davis is also coming today. Our challenge today is to come up with the bare bones of a green jobs plan that we can take to government to adopt as part of their green jobs work. Today we must identify what it will take to create new green jobs in Victoria. We must identify the barriers and the ways around them. We must identify what investments and policies are needed and how we can retrain the workforce to be green. So today is going to be a very busy day and we've got our work cut out for us. So why is an environment group, like Environment Victoria, talking about jobs and the economy, not our strength? Well, for too long, as a community, we have pitted the economic growth and environmental protection against one another. One does not have to suffer to enable the other. The choice between economic growth and environmental protection is and always has been a false one. Green jobs can achieve wins for both. So what are green jobs? They are plumbers who install water-efficient devices in our homes and electricians that help us save energy. They are manufacturing workers that build trains and fuel-efficient cars, and designers who create 100% recyclable products. There are even green jobs for accountants who will one day be as proficient as measuring our carbon liability as they are now measuring our tax liability, and we probably still won't like them. I'd just like to apologise to accountants in the room, if there are any. Quite simply, green jobs protect, not harm the earth, and that's why Environment Victoria cares about them. Green jobs are not a new concept. Robert Kennedy gave a brilliant speech over 40 years ago that talked about the US economy, the US GDP, and what it stood for. He said it counts air pollution and the destruction of our forests, pollution of our rivers, and treating the health impacts from toxic waste. In short, he said, it measures everything except that which makes life worthwhile, and it can tell us everything about America except that which makes us proud. It sounds a lot better with the oratory of Bobby Kennedy, of course. Today, with the twin challenges of climate change and recession, we have greater motivation than ever before to recreate our own GDP, to be low carbon, water efficient and zero waste. We must recreate our own GDP so that it offers jobs that can be sustained for our children and their children. In short, we must recreate our own GDP to be one in which we are proud. Now, I know that sounds a little bit corny at 9 a.m. on a Friday morning, but even the hardened amongst us could not go home tonight and look into our children's eyes and say, I care more about the economy today than I do about the environment tomorrow, and I'm going to make more money today, and I don't care what happens to you tomorrow. None of us are going to go home and be able to do that. So while it may be corny, it is also true. Before I finish, I'd like to emphasise that while green jobs offer enormous opportunity and we have a lot to gain from them, we also have much to lose if we delay. We are in a desperately urgent situation with climate change. Desperately urgent. And we have very little time left to act. So today, we need to knuckle down and figure out what we need to do to make green jobs a reality. I'd like to now hand over to Tony Nicholson, CEO of Brotherhood of St Laurence, and I'd just like to say that it's been a real pleasure to work with the Brotherhood on this summit, and we at Environment Victoria have greatly admired the work that they have done for communities for many, many, many decades. Hand over to Tony.